It's your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, and we're doing the final palette mashup and the 3 palette mashup of the Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace Cole palette Tiny Marvels palette alongside the Natasha Denona Triochrome, whatever the hell you want to call it, palette. So as usual, I'm gonna open them up because I don't know who's watching which one. I don't know if y'all watching all 3 or not, but this is what Mel's palette looks like on the inside of it. And then we all know, because this one has been all over the goddamn internet, what this one looks like. This is what it looks like on the inside. So we're going to do the last row in here, because I've already done the green row. I've done the purple row. And then I've done the, and now we're doing this row at the bottom here. So I'm going to take this orange shade right here. Obviously, we're going to have to take the shade Color Flip, because that's what this palette is supposed to be all about. And then I'm thinking about taking this light shade right here and dusting it over the shade we're going to use in Mel's palette. But I feel like this shade and the shade I'm going to use in Mel's palette is similar. I just feel like Mel's might be a little bit deeper in tone. So obviously we're going to take the shade Flutter By here from Mel's palette. And I'm trying to decide if I want to take Marvel or if I want to take Metal Hawk for the inner corner in the palette. So what I normally do is I'll take the darkest shade out of Natasha's palette and put that on the outer V. Then I'll take the lighter, then I'll take a nice lighter shade from Mel's palette that works better with my skin tone and put it in the crease. Then we'll pick the inner corner color out of Mel's palette. And of course, we'll use the Triochrome in this palette because that's what it's supposed to be known for. So I'm going to swatch these 2 peach shades because I want to see if I'm right and Mel's is just a little bit deeper and better in tone for me. But I'm feeling like that's what it is. But I could be wrong. Who knows? So I actually feel like Natasha's is deeper in tone than Mel's is. See? Natasha's is deeper than Mel. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch it around. We're going to use both Natasha's in the crease. That peach one I just showed you all right here. We're going to use that in the crease. And then that orangey shade on the outer V. And then we're going to take Mel's shade and dust it over this shade. And then we'll go into Mel's palette and get our inner corner shade once we put the color flip on the lid. So that's interesting. I'm glad I swatched it because I put the wrong shade in the wrong spot. And we don't want to do that. So I'm going to take my E27 from Sigma. This is the detailed blending brush. I'm just start patting the orange shade here in the outer V. And when it came to this row, I was truly disappointed because I knew I wasn't going to have one that was like deep enough for the outer V. But I'm like, we just go ahead and pat this on. And try to blend in little inner corner best we can. And y'all know I'm not really into warm tones, so that's another reason I did this look last. Aside from the fact I was just following the way the rows went, because I didn't plan on doing like 3 looks with this palette. But I was like, we might as well just keep it going. You know, let's just keep it going. We'll just go ahead and do all 3 of them. Go ahead, pat it and blend it out here. And as you can see, I feel like it's getting darker as I blend it, so I guess that's a good thing. Again, I don't know if that has anything to do with it being the cream matte formula and it getting darker when I blend it out, but I'm liking that because that means, you know, this color is usable, and I thought it might not be. I thought it would have to be like one of those pat all over the lid shades like I did yesterday with the Star Wars The Child palette, because I feel like that color isn't going to look great inside my crease because it's just so light. But I could be wrong because the Mantis shade from Mel's palette works really well in the crease. But you all have seen if you saw the first palette mashup. I'm going to link all of them in the cards above because I'm going to put them in the order that they're supposed to be in according to the rows. So in that way you can, you know, see all 3 in order. I'm sorry if you heard Adriangameover in the background. He is in his room watching The Amazing World of Gumball, and his room is right on the other side of my room. So if you hear anything, he's watching The Amazing World of Gumball and acting like a normal 11-year-old boy. So that's pretty much it. So I'm not necessarily obsessed with the way this outer crease looks, but again, this is the darkest shade in the palette that isn't purpley toned, and I want to give like a more warm tone look toward the end. So I'm just trying to build this orange up as best I can. I'm probably go off camera and build it up a little bit more and then come back because I want this video to be a million years long because I'm just sitting here packing on this orange shade trying to make it work for people with melanin. So I'll be right. Okay, y'all, so I went and built it up a little bit more. So as you can see, it's got like kind of, I feel like it has a nice little light burnt sienna type situation. So now we're going to take the peachy shade that I showed you all earlier and start putting that in the crease. And I feel like it complements this tone pretty well. And it is much darker. I feel like this is more of a peachy look than, you know, a more neutral look, if you will. But, you know, that's fine with me. And so far, the last 2 eye looks I've been doing are matching my lip perfectly, so I'm liking that as well. I don't know what the hell Adriangameover is doing, y'all. I just heard him rush down the stairs and like, I'm like, oh God. He's not awake during this time, and he's just like, just watching videos and bothering my mom or whatever. But I mean, not bothering my mom, but asking my mom for stuff, because, you know, unfortunately, I do have to sleep in the daytime. It's not something I necessarily like to do, because I feel like some kind of weird vampire. But it's weird because my body's changing, trying to sleep like at night, but I'm like, we can't sleep at night. We have to go to work at night. So it's like I try to make myself like sleep in the daytime, and it's hard to do. So I'll be half the time forcing myself to sleep in the daytime. It's not fun to do, but you know, it's necessary. So okay, so as you can see, that's not building up that great either. So hopefully the color flip shade will save it, because right now it's just looking really, well, I mean, it doesn't look too bad, but you know, like I feel like I have tones that peachy tones look better. Like I feel like the Sydney Grace Coat peachy, warm peachy bundle that I had would like work way better than this peachy tone is, but at least you can see it, I guess. Like this look, I feel like I needed to use like a more pigmented base, and I just stuck to the Marc Jacobs like I did with the last two, because since they did have a little bit of darker tones in it, was easier to pull off. But with this one, I definitely needed to put a darker base. But at least you can, like I said, somewhat see it. And once we put the shimmer on the lid, it'll cover up mainly like a lot of that crease work I did anyway, unfortunately. So, but I guess it's not unfortunate since it wasn't really showing up that much anyway. Anyway, I'm gonna take the same brush and just go into that shade from Mel's palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and dust over top of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into some more. I'm just holding the Natasha Denona palette, so that's why I'm having to dip to the side into it, but that's giving a nice little peachy effect. This is the look I was most concerned about too, and for good reason. All the shades just seem really warm and like pastel-y peachy, where as opposed to neutral. But I had to work with what the last row had, and this is what it had, so this is what we're working with, y'all. Okay, let's take the clean brush and start blending all this once more. Okay, so now we're gonna go into the shade. What is it called again? Color Flip. Okay. I'm dropping brushes. Oh, so yeah, we're gonna go into Color Flip. I'm gonna just take my my reference number 2 brush and swatch into it and pop it on the lid. And reference actually has a sale going on for 20% off right now. I don't know how long it's lasting, but I'm thinking about getting another core set, even though I already own like, well, one. I'm thinking about getting another one, because I have like the travel brushes from the set, but I don't have like the full size one. I use the travel ones here at my grandmother's house, but I think I can have it back up like the full set and then bring that here. And then when we do actually get the travel again, whatever the hell that is, I'll have like a travel set already, because I don't know if they even sell the travel set anymore. Okay, so this isn't really giving me that big of a color flip like I'd like, but you know, it's fine. I'm just glad she didn't name Kinetic Color Flip, because that has the least amount of flipping it, y'all. And I'd flip it all on her Instagram like, girl, color flip well. So this is pretty much the finished look. This one is my least favorite one out of all the looks, but that's because it's like the truly ashiest tones in the palette. So it's not looking like much to me, because you know, not much of the colors are showing up on me, and then the flip isn't flipping on camera or like in the mirror when I look at it, so it's just kind of like So I hope you all aren't as disappointed with it, but you know, we working with what we got, which was the last row. And I showed you the last row, so it wasn't much of anything for anyone my skin tone in it besides that orange and maybe that peach. And as you can see, that peach is hardly showing up at all. The only peach you see is the one I dusted over, that one, which is Mel. So okay, so let's swatch the two shades and decide between them. We're going to decide between Metal Hawk and Marble. This is Metal Hawk. So this is Metal Hawk and this is Marble. I'm thinking maybe layer the two because I want to start with the darker one and then put the lighter one on. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to do Metal Hawk and then, sorry, Metal Hawk, and then we'll do Marble on top of that. That's what he did. He did it real good. And this just glides on and blends so smoothly on the skin. So this is the finished eye look using the Tiny Marvels palette with Mel Thompson and Sydney Grace Co. alongside the Natasha Denona Triochrome or Triochrome palette. So this was the final look of the little series that I started doing with these, y'all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the other videos. Like I said, I'll try to link them up above, or I'll link them in the cards above. Or I'll have the latest one as the end card possibly. But I've been doing the latest, the end card as, I think, Natasha Denona palette or Mel's palette. But it'll be somewhere up there or at the end of the video. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed these videos. Remember, you all are diamonds, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.